Next up, heading on over to second base, the San Diego Padres. Man, oh man, what a disappointment. A disappointment doesn't even begin to explain this. It's a fiasco what has gone on in San Diego this year. Just for a reference, everyone has considered the Padres before, within the last month, no longer. But for most of the year, the Padres were considered one of the best teams in baseball. Okay? As we sit here right now, the Padres are 78-78. By my math, that's pretty close to a 500 ball club, which is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. This team has a superstar, a 22-year-old superstar, Fernando Tatis, making all the money in the world, who's put together an MVP-type season. I'm not saying he's going to be the MVP. I think that's going to be Bryce Harper. But an MVP-type season, you're paying Manny Machado all the money in the world. You bring in Blake Snell. You bring in Yu Darvish. Like, this team, on paper, is great. To be a 500 ball club, to not even make the playoffs, is a fiasco. An absolute fiasco. So here's my prediction. This team stays basically the same next year. Aside from Jace Tingler, who this is his second year as a manager. He won last year. Last year was a weird year. The Padres were good. They make the playoffs, lose in the playoffs. But he's a winning manager in season 1. Season 2, up for debate. They could be a below 500 team. But one thing I truly believe is Jace Tingler is out after 2 seasons in San Diego, because this is unacceptable. And not all the blame is on him. The pitching coach, Rothschild, got fired about a month or so ago. So some heads are starting to roll. But there's going to be massive turnover, I think, on the front office side and on the coaching side. Jace Tingler's got to go. This team is too talented. When I look at this season, I can point to one time period, and to me, it's the trade deadline. This team was looking great. They were in good position. They were 90-some% chance to make the playoffs, which is done, not making the playoffs. But I look at the trade deadline. I truly do. I look at that trade deadline, and everybody says, what are the Padres going to do? This team is there. This team is ready to win. What are they going to do? Max Scherzer. Can we get Max Scherzer? They don't. They get Adam Frazier. Since the obviously postseason-bound Padres acquired Adam Frazier from the Going Nowhere Pirates on July 26th, the Pirates and Padres are basically the same. They have basically the same record. So they acquire Adam Frazier, who at the time was one of the best hitters in baseball, had the most hits in baseball. To be fair, he hasn't been great with the Padres. But that's not the answer. Adam Frazier was never the answer. What were they going to do at the deadline? Everyone was talking about Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer. Everyone thought they got him. Remember? We thought the Max Scherzer to the Padres deal was done. But it wasn't. They didn't end up getting him. I actually tweeted after that, they have to get a pitcher now. Guaranteed they're getting a pitcher. They didn't. They did nothing. That is a failure. And ever since that trade deadline, it has been downhill, 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 fiasco, missed the playoffs, Tatis, Machado fighting in the dugout, which happens, but a fiasco, an absolute fiasco. The Padres, who rostered two of the best players in the game, and Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado, will be on the outside looking in October. Their collapse is, quote, one of the worst in recent Major League memory. 6-15 in September. 6-15. For a roster with all the talent in the world, 6-15 when the game started mattering the most. So when I say this season is a fiasco, it's because I can't think of a description that is acceptable to use. But this is worse than a fiasco. This is a nightmare. And heads are going to roll this offseason. I truly believe that. So like I said, I think the roster is going to stay fairly similar. I think Jace Tingler is out. I think they have some front office shakeups to do as well. But a disappointment from the Padres. But the future is bright, I believe. I truly do. I really like the way this team is set up. I think Tatis is a star for a long, long time to come, and I think the pieces are there. So I think the future is bright. But I just think the people leading the way, that has to change a little bit.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.